I'm Derek Joyce, and I'm here with Paul Onwarda, and this is I'm Not the Expert But. This is a podcast where we'll discuss everything from the most complex ideas that we know nothing about to the simplest ideas that we probably know nothing about either. So put the kettle on, get comfy, and join us. 10-cent beer night.
When and where?
It's already been.
Oh, missed it.
I'm not sure if it's been
Did you go?
in 1974. No, I was one.
Oh, come here, all beers were 10 cents in 1974, weren't they?
No, they fucking weren't. And they weren't probably for this reason.
My dad always said he used to be able to go to the cinema and have a pint and buy new shoes and probably a diamond ring and still have change out of a penny.
Yeah. Just talk to Abe Simpson if you want to know what the fucking... what bargains and how great money was when you were kids.
That's it.
But 10-cent beer night happened on June the 10th, 1974.
Okay.
The Cleveland Indians, who are now called the Cleveland Guardians, incidentally.
About time.
Because
racism.
What were you fucking thinking in the first place,
I know,
Cleveland Indians? Well, you know, I'm sure they didn't give credence to Native Americans. They didn't give a fucking shit.
They didn't give a shit.
And I have a couple of logos in my head that I remember seeing that were really offensive. Yeah. That are cartoon chiefs or Indians.
Yeah, well, that is the Cleveland Indians. Is the
and the big stupid grin.
Yeah, he's the big smiley one with the big feather sticking out the back of his head. That was him.
That's the one that.
He's the Cleveland Indians, and then the Redskins is like a profile with the feathers.
But that was a more accurate representation. Not any better, but it was a more accurate representation of a Native American. Where the other one was complete Hanna-Barbera fucking mental shit. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, and I was only young, because my dad didn't, and I didn't, and nobody in the family did when we were young, watch American football. My uncles would talk about it when they came home from the States, but it was like, over your fucking head.
I'm a big fan of American sports. Big fan. Not so much baseball anymore. It really is fucking boring. Sorry, any baseball fans listening.
10-cent beer night wasn't boring.
I fucking bet it wasn't.
When you
was it at the baseball, yeah?
Oh,
okay, right.
Right, listen,
anyway,
we're not even going to segue away. This
well
is
off.
fucking right. On the 10th of July, 1974, the Cleveland Indians held a promotion to improve attendance at their games.
Okay, so nobody was going to watch them.
Cleveland Indians, right. Cleveland was in the depths of a depression.
Right.
Over 600 factories had closed over the previous 10-year period. Thousands laid off. There were loads of people living in poverty. There was fucking drug abuse. There was crime because everybody was just kind of destitute.
Yeah.
And all that kind of thing.
Yeah, with poverty comes crime.
Nobody went to the games
substance abuse,
for that reason, but also because the Cleveland Indians always finished close to the bottom of the league, thereabouts.
Still are.
And so a couple of thousand that would go, which might sound like...
I mean, they made a whole movie franchise out of that. Major League is all about that as well, about how crap the Indians are.
It might sound like a couple of thousand people went, that's not bad numbers. But when you're talking about a stadium of 60,000, and you know how big American stadiums are, that's fucking appalling.
Yeah.
So they were saying, we have to get revenue up. We need to get arses and seats.
Yeah. Now, I've seen that with Bohemians myself over the years, Del. I mean, I remember going there. Actually, I'll never forget.
What's the maximum capacity of Bose Stadium?
At the moment?
Yeah.
It holds about 4.5.
There's my point.
Right. Now, that's because it's practically a building site at the moment.
But that's my point. So they need to get arses and seats. And 10-cent beer night was the boardroom answer to get arses and seats.
Which sounds like a fucking
Which
great
is a fucking disaster. But that's somebody with actually no idea of what situations are like on the ground in Cleveland.
Right.
Came up with this. That's my guess.
Right,
somebody who's completely out of touch with
this was an ivory tower decision.
Yeah. So 10-cent beer night was a disaster from start to finish. For a mere 60 cents, a punter could get 6 22-ounce beers at a time. Now, 22 ounce, 22 ounce is 0.6 of a point. I looked it up.
Okay, half point.
So it's a half point. So you might go fucking half point. But
fucking Americans can't drink, man.
3 points for 60 fucking cents. Do the math, you know? And it was 6 22-ounce beers.
Even being on holiday in the 90s in Spain wasn't that cheap.
Every time you went to the bar or the beer truck, and you were only allowed to get 6. So it's a 6-pack. Right. So, but you could go any amount of times back to that truck in whatever state you were in.
So just get your 6 and go back to the queue.
Yeah.
Deadly.
So yeah, there was no set amount of times that they could hit the bar or the beer truck, as it were. Right? Anybody who doesn't drink pints is trying to get their head around it. It's a can of Coke. It's just over a can of Coke. 330 ml?
Yeah.
It's 340 ml.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's a swig of beer and it's gone.
That's all you're getting, yeah.
But if you're necking beer at that rate, you can get as many as you want, and
it's American beer, it might take a lot of them.
Doesn't fucking matter. No, I don't care. It's a disaster. And there's no saying but it's American beer, or but they don't.
Come here, I'm only slagging.
Fuck that shit.
I'm only slagging it. Yeah, you drink enough of any beer, you're gonna be pissed. So what happened? They're all fun and games.
Yeah, well, not so much fun and not so much games. More carnage and disaster.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that took a dark turn.
This didn't go off as, we should probably call quits on the night early, just kind of so everybody gets home safe. It was fucking...
all in.
Feed them, give them more. It was fucking nuts.
Deadly. And baseball, there has to be, American sports in general, there has to be a winner. They don't do draws.
Yeah.
So, a baseball match can go on.
No, I have tie game in my head somewhere. It's a tie game.
Not in baseball.
Okay.
They will play additional innings.
Well, they do 9 innings, don't they? Yeah.
So I remember watching the Boston Red Sox about 2 seasons ago, maybe, and I stayed up till about 2:30, 3 in the morning watching it, and it was still, they were in the 11th inning. Now a normal match is 9 innings,
yeah.
So I said, fuck this, I'm going to bed. And I got up then at about 9:45 the next morning. I woke up and I said, right, I'll Google and see what the result was. They were still fucking playing.
Nah.
Now everyone had gone home, the stadium was empty. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning US time, and they were still fucking playing. 26 innings.
Fucking joke.
In a 9-inning match.
I'm not even interested who won.
I don't even remember.
I
think the Yankees won.
Yeah. But anyway.
Fucking Yankees.
So, as I said, the Cleveland Indians were in the midst of a massive unemployment thing. They were in the midst of finishing bottom of the league every fucking season. Yeah. And for $1, you could get into the stadium to get your seat and 5 beers. So fucking disaster. Carnage doesn't cover it.
Right.
Fucking
So what are we talking? Like mass vomiting, fights? What are we talking about? Like when you say mass carnage, what are we...
You wait.
Okay.
Just wait.
And just to be clear on this one for the listeners as well, Del asked me not to do any research on this topic at all, so that everything he's telling me now is coming as a complete surprise.
Yeah, this is the first time we've done that.
I haven't even heard about this, so that, we're just trying something new for this episode. So just me reacting to like mad shit, basically.
I heard about this a long time ago and I was like, what the fuck? Are you nuts?
I'm really surprised I hadn't heard of it.
It's...
Considering I watch a lot of American sports. Nuts.
Yeah, but are they going to... Do you remember that night when they had 10-cent beer night in 1974 and they all fucking... There was a riot.
Yeah, that is the kind of...
Oh, well, there you go. I just kind of given you a direction. I've given you a destination of where this is headed. Yeah. It was a fucking riot.
Okay.
As bad as an idea as 10-cent beer night sounds,
I think it's a great idea.
But there's a reality. I think there's a reality where it could have conceivably been a good thing. Where it wasn't a good thing is when the Cleveland Indians are playing their bitterest rivals, which was this night.
And who are they?
Okay, and it was the Texas Rangers. Okay,
right.
6 nights previous. Right. Because they have a massively quick turnaround.
Yeah, they play 3, 4, 5 nights in a row.
Or something like that. Yeah. But 6 nights previous, they'd played the Rangers at the Rangers' home ground.
Right.
And one guy, I read, slid into second base a little too hard.
Okay.
And...
took out the second baseman?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
There was a punch-up.
Right.
And it wasn't handbags. It wasn't pushed and scum. It was a fucking punch-up.
Yeah.
There was blood, there were black eyes, there were fucking busted teeth, all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah. American sports don't fuck around.
After the fight, and I'm sure they finished the game, but after the fight, Texas Rangers manager was interviewed. His name was Billy Martin. And he was asked if he was concerned about retribution from the Indian supporters in the game that was due in a week.
Okay, hang on. Back up. Right, okay, guy slides into first base.
No, second base.
Sorry.
See, you can't slide into first base.
Can't you?
No, you can't. You have to stop on first base. That was the rule that I learned.
Yeah, you have to stop on first. But if the ball is coming there, you can slide to get there.
Can't slide in. Well, one of my lecturers told me you couldn't slide into first base. Okay. You can slide into the rest of them.
Okay.
But you can't
Didn't
slide
know that. I've watched baseball for
there
a long
time.
But
and I could be wrong. And please correct me if I am wrong.
I mean,
but anyway, go on.
Yeah, so anyway, right, so are we talking players were rioting with each other, fighting with each other? Or fans?
No.
Just players?
Players having a punch-up.
Right, okay, yeah.
So this guy, Billy Martin, the manager, was asked, are you worried if there might be some form of retribution in 6 days in Cleveland's home ground? And
against your players?
Yeah, right, and he said, nah, they haven't got enough fans for there to be any significant retribution, or some words to that effect.
Right.
And talk about some sort of twisted form of the Streisand effect going on there, and inciting everybody to say, fuck you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that quote gets pinned on the locker room door, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that gets stuck in newspapers and that's fucking everybody posters around there and say, hey, you
probably didn't need 10-cent beer night. That quote alone probably would have been enough to get people out. But they haven't got the money.
So he'd chat shite and he'd find out.
Yeah.
Okay? That's basically the origins of that phrase.
Yeah.
It's
chat
fucking
shit and
nuts.
find out.
Yeah. Anywho, how could that possibly have had an effect on a poverty-stricken, high unemployment, crime, drug abuse place like Cleveland was at that time, right? That just fucking sent people over the top.
Yeah.
Where there was only a few thousand would attend the games on an average basis. 25,000 people turned up to that game in Cleveland right on that night.
It's nuts, isn't it?
For 10
25,000?
Yeah.
That's a big, that's you know, even for baseball, that's a pretty big crowd. Like the baseball stadiums are not as big as the football stadiums over there.
No,
like
I know.
So that's a big crowd for a baseball game, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
How many fucking seats does Bowes hold?
It's about 4,250 at the moment. Now it's practically a fucking building site at the moment there. Right. We will be looking at 8,000 when the new stadiums is complete. 8, and I mean, they could get 8,000 in handy enough. Like we took 8,000 to the Aviva 3 times in a week for the European Games during COVID, because you're only allowed to have 8,000, in the Aviva during COVID.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even want to talk about COVID.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
No,
I'm not cutting you off.
They were great nights. Great nights. But I mean, and we had 47,000 at the cup final this year though, and that was Bowes and Pats. 47,000 at a League of Ireland match. I mean, I remember going and watching Bowes when there was 12 of us in the fucking shed, you know what I mean? 47,000 people at the cup final this year. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
couldn't believe it. And we
so twice the amount that were in Cleveland for 10-cent beer night. There were 25,000 and there were 60,000 beers consumed.
Right, so that's about 4 beers per person.
Or bought, because you can't say consumed, because you ended up throwing a lot of them at each other. Right, so that's 30,000 points. That's over 30,000 points. 0.6 of a point is 22 ounces. Yeah. So that's over 30,000 points.
Still less than 2 beers per person, though.
That's assuming they were.
No, sorry, a little over 2 beers per person.
But still, I'm sure there wasn't a 2-drink maximum.
No, I'm sure there wasn't.
Not drinking at all. People there
probably lots of kids. Yeah,
there was, so fuck that shit.
Before in the 70s, so yeah.
Before the first pitch was thrown, an already pissed up fan base were setting off fireworks that they brought with them to the game.
No pyro, no party, Del.
Fucking nuts.
I love pyro at the games, I have to say. I love it. Not like bangers and rockets and shit, but the fucking smoke bombs and flares. I love it.
2 innings in, a middle-aged woman ran onto the field and flashed her breasts at the crowd. After the 4th inning, a fully naked guy...
Any middle-aged Bowes fans out there listening, you see?
Keep them on.
Actually, it does remind me of a very funny story, actually. It does.
It fucking better be.
It is. Okay, it's genuinely funny, right? Anyone that knows Daily Mount, right? The burger van is at the right-hand end of If you're looking at the Jody from the pitch, it's on the right-hand end is where the burger van is, right? And they must have storage at the left end, right? Because one night, now I think it was Bows and Rovers, a big crowd. This is going back years ago now. Big crowd. And they ran out of burger buns in the burger van, right? And this little young, I say little young one, I mean, she's fucking in her 20s, whatever, right? Comes running down the length of the stand with a shopping trolley full of burger buns, right? When she gets to the singing section, I'm sure you can work out what they all start singing.
No.
Get your baps out for the lads.
All right, okay.
Which I just thought was great humour, like, you know. But there you go.
Okay.
Dale's not impressed.
It's not as funny as I was led to believe it would be.
It was. You had to be there.
I feel really... If it's a had to be there
it was good you had to be there.
I'm fucking...
Because I can't even think about it without laughing. But then I was there. So, I may not have started that chant.
2 innings in, the middle-aged one flashed their boobs.
Right.
Okay?
Love it.
After the 4th inning, a fully naked guy streaked the field wearing a sock on one foot only. Pursued by... Hold your laugh. Pursued by a cop with the other sock in his hand. So your man had tried to bail over the fence in his socks. Only his socks. And the cop grabbed the whole of his foot and was left holding his sock. So he ran across the field with one fucking sock on and not a stitch of clothing.
I hate streakers though. They fucking...
Yeah, they fuck everything up. But yeah, anyway. Also during the 4th innings, Cleveland realised this is right. Remember I was saying they didn't say, Jesus lads, this is looking a bit fucking vicious. We should cut it off early.
No, they won't. You won't abandon the match.
This is what they didn't say. During the 4th innings, Cleveland realised they couldn't keep up with the queues of fans looking for 10-cent beer.
Too fucking noisy.
Instead of cutting the beer off, they opted to park the beer trucks outside the outfield fence for easier access for the punters. So you know where you've got your diamond shape, you've your first, second, third and home, and the outfield, and the fence beyond that. And there's bleachers on either side. And there's that big gap there. That's why they park the beer trucks.
It's getting out of hand. Let's give them more alcohol, essentially, is what you're saying, yeah?
Yep.
Why? What was the rationale?
Exactly, yeah. So instead of cutting the beer off, which is exactly what I've got, is what you're saying, they opted to park the trucks outside the outfield fence for easier access for everybody who was already pissed.
Yeah, see, cutting the beer off or cancelling the game, you could have end up fucking like provoking a full scale riot.
It's which option is the worst, you know?
Like, I mean, I was in Dalymount when the fucking referee called off a Bows and Rovers game because the penalty spot was apparently had a hole in it or something wrong with the penalty spot. Fucking 5 minutes before kick-off, the ref decides, no game tonight. You can imagine.
Yeah, I'd say there were a lot of happy heads there.
It was very, very close to being very fucking nasty. Now, in the end, nothing major kicked off. There was a lot of fucking pissed off people. Myself included, like, fucking stupid fucking decision. But, you know.
What can you do?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Some people's logic. Each beer truck that they parked outside the outfield fences was staffed by 2 scantily clad teenage girls.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Because it's the 1970s.
Yeah,
and this was considered okay. Jesus fucking Christ.
Look at you wearing fucking, you know.
And I'm not making an excuse, but it was the 1970s.
I know, yeah, fucking, you know.
Yeah, fucking nuts.
I don't even know what to say, fucking, you know, without...
Even after moving the trucks, the teens... Fucking Jesus Christ, even saying it sounds wrong.
I know.
The teens still couldn't keep up with the people, the punters wanting beer. So one girl was serving the beer and one girl was taking the money. So you pay for it and you move on, pay for it, move on, pay for it, move on. And while that sounds like a system that might work, it wasn't fucking working. Okay?
The girl pulling the points was too fucking slow.
Or the beer tap was too slow.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or they were too impatient in the queue. Or they were queue jumping. Any fucking a myriad of reasons of why it went to fucking hell. They couldn't keep up and they soon said, fuck this shit, and they walked off, leaving the beer trucks unmanned, unstaffed.
Oh, lovely.
As if 2 girls could actually do something to stop a crowd who wanted to get a beer truck.
So basically 10-cent beer night turned into free beer night.
Yeah, and they said, fuck this, we're gone. And they left.
Yeah, and everyone just bailed into the trucks and just drank
I have
everything.
no idea. I assume
would
it was
imagine
something
that's
like
what
that,
happened.
yeah.
Like, now, unless they were kind of, fucking closable and they locked up or whatever, I don't know. But
Which
I'd imagine.
a riot would have ensued as well,
Yeah.
and they'd have busted it open. So fuck that. What can you do? It was a stupid idea to begin with. During the 5th inning, a father and son duo streaked the field and mooned the Texas Rangers team.
Class.
Hey son, yeah dad, I have a great idea. What we do? Follow me. And they fucking lose their clothes and they run across the field and fucking nuts.
I can't wait for Bows and Rovers. And it's going to be my stag night. We have to fucking do something like that.
I'm washing my hair that night. Or my cat's sick.
All the groomsmen
Or
onto
I'm
the
leaving
pitch
the
and
country.
moon the Rovers.
Yeah, I don't
dug out.
fucking think so.
Savage.
Fuck that shit.
Love it.
Play was stopped as a couple of security staff tried to catch the father and son duo and escort them off the field. And incidentally, there was 50 security staff on shift that night for 25,000 plus punters.
Wow.
Pissed up punters.
Sorry, how many security staff?
50.
Jesus. I'd say we'd have close to that at a Bows match now with 4,000,
50.
Jesus Christ.
Sounds good.
Yeah, excellent.
Fucking nuts.
I'm assuming they didn't envision 50 Cent Beer Night being as popular as it was.
I'd
Estimated
say
how many
that
were
was
gonna
the
turn up.
intention all along. Like you said at the beginning, it was a decision that came from up on high in an ivory tower. Somebody completely dislocated. And
and he thought we'd get a few hundred extra bodies in.
no, he said, fuck this shit, let's just do this. And he got in touch with a beer company, whoever the fuck it was, and he got a couple of trucks in, and he got beer in, and he paid money, and he knew he'd make his money back.
Yeah,
and we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the intention all along. But anyway, it worked. By the 7th inning, a Rangers pitcher had been struck in the stomach by a line drive. So a line drive is a low altitude, fast as a fucking bullet, straight as a
Pretty
fucking
much straight
arrow.
back where it came from.
Yeah. And hit him in the stomach. To which they were all saying again, hit him harder, right?
Love it.
The manager, Billy Martin, had called out a questionable ruling by the umpire, which caused another delay while he was out arguing with him. You know, the way they kick door to each other and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You're out of here and all
Yeah,
that kind
you're
of crap.
outta here.
So that kind of stuff was going on, and the crowd were getting antsy or antsier.
Ramping up and up and up.
Yeah. And they started throwing full cups of beer at him because he had loads of fucking beer. So they started throwing full cups of beer at him. To which he replied by blowing them a kiss. To which they replied,
By jumping the fences and ripping them limb from limb.
okay, no. You're getting, you shouldn't ever go to any of these fucking things. To which they replied by throwing fireworks into the Rangers bullpen.
Jesus,
Which
that's nearly as bad.
Which was evacuated.
Yeah.
And that caused another delay.
Yeah.
By this time,
Hang on, just before you move on, though,
Yeah,
just,
go on.
I was kind of slagging there saying they jumped the fences and fucking ripped their man limb from limb. Did you ever hear the story of why Belfast Celtic had to disband?
no.
They used to play in the Northern Irish League, and now they were obviously Belfast Celtic. They were a predominantly nationalist Catholic side from West Belfast, But they were playing, I think it was Linfield, and if I'm wrong, I apologise to Linfield fans, but I'm pretty sure
Look it up.
it was Linfield. But anyway, one of their best players, don't know the lad's name. Now this is going back in the the early 70s. He scored anyway.
So right around this time then.
He scored anyway, and he was dragged into the crowd, and his legs broken.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So they just said, "Fuck this shit. We're not doing this anymore. That's it. We're done."
So they folded the whole team?
Yeah, just folded the whole fucking lot. We're not doing this anymore. It was like shit had been ramping up, and then that was a culmination of a lot of incidents,
That sounds like exactly what this is.
Yeah, like took the guy in and no, I mean over a period of time. Like there'd been several incidents at different games or whatever. But that was kind of the final straw. They said, fuck this shit.
Yeah. It was Linfield. I just
Was
looked
it?
it up
Yeah.
while you're talking.
You just looked it up? Yeah,
Belfast Celtic and Linfield clash so magnetic an attraction, not only the followers of both clubs, but many non-partisans as well.
Yeah. Fucking, they would have been the big rivals. I mean, the fucking Linfield are the Rangers of the North, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
fucking, obviously Belfast Celtic would have been the Celtic of the North, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure they probably wore green and white hoops.
It's a black and white photo, but it looks like, you know the way you can tell the colour from black and white? It looks green and white.
Yeah, it would have been green and white hoops. There you go. Yeah, so they...
Yeah, the infamous day, Savage Mob broke bones and a club died.
We died?
A club died.
Oh, a club
they folded
died,
the club. Yeah.
So there you go.
That's fucking nuts.
It is. It's horrible, isn't it?
Anyway, by this time, by the time they'd evacuated the bullpen because people were fucking fireworks into it, most sober people had left, probably taking their family with them.
Yeah, and saying,
if
fuck
they
this
had
shit, getting
anybody
out
in
the
attendance.
fuck of here, yeah.
But most sober people had left, leaving only a drunken mob. And it had, by this time, turned into a mob.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Lansdowne the night the English fans rioted, and we left well before it got as out of hand as what you've seen on the TV. Yeah. We were nearly home at that stage.
Yeah, that was.
We just knew that this is not a fucking place to be. I was only 14 there. My dad said, "This is not a place for you. Just get the fuck out of here." You know.
That's it. Yeah.
You know.
That was a fucking myriad of stupid decisions as well. Why would you put foreign? I'm not even going to call them. I'm not even going to call them English supporters.
No, scum.
Why would you put? No, fucking
they weren't here
for fuck's sake.
They weren't here for football. They're just fucking scum.
Yeah, I'm not even going to call them English supporters because it was from England. Why would you put supporters of a foreign team on the fucking upper tier?
But come here and I tell you, and this never gets talked about, right? Very rarely gets talked about, and you can see it in the footage, right? We were on the North Terrace, right, which is the opposite end of the ground behind the goal, yeah? And there's a schoolboy pen there that they used to use for the schoolboys, right? They didn't use it for schoolboys that night. They had literally 200-300 English fans who they knew, fucking expected trouble from, essentially, were in there, in a pen. We were right fucking beside them. We were pelted with bottles, with coins, fucking everything like that. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah, I'd say it was.
That was even before kickoff, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was great banter going on back and forward, and there was, fucking great slagging. And then it just turned. Even before David Kelly had scored, like, it just turned nasty, and then the coins started coming in. I was hitting the head with a fucking plastic 2-litre bottle of cider. And it was fucking,
Take that home with you.
Probably full of piss now. Now that I think of it.
That was warm.
The lid was on, I don't know, it just fucking bounced off my head and went off, you know. Yeah. But, fucking lucky it wasn't a fucking glass bottle there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, it was fucking horrendous that night. Absolutely fucking horrendous. So I can get a bit of a vibe of what you're talking about there with the fucking 10 cent beer night. Like,
fucking morons. 10 cent beer night, it just makes me, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? But, yeah, okay. So
Daniel Lambert, if you happen to be listening to this, I think 10 cent beer night's a fucking great idea for Bows and Rovers on the 6th of May.
I won't be there.
Just saying.
By the time all these sober people had left and people had thrown fireworks into the bullpen, tennis balls, golf balls and torn up seats were thrown at the Rangers team.
Tennis balls?
Well, you bring a projectile, so I'm sure they didn't say, let's get tennis balls and bring to the irony of bringing a tennis ball to a baseball game.
I know.
I'm sure they just got projectiles. Yeah. During the 8th inning, so many streakers had taken to the field that security stopped trying to catch them and get them off the field.
Jesus Christ, there was an orgy in the middle of the fucking field.
So, would they not just shrug and go, fuck's sake, come on, lads. That's a streaker's reason for being. They're raising on debt, isn't it?
Well, to get fucking... chase, I don't know.
Fucking take your clothes off and jump in and run somewhere you're not supposed to.
It's fucking it's egotistical. Look at me.
It's not egotistical.
It's fucking look at me.
But that's the reason. So once they've stopped chasing you, what's the fucking point? Not going to do it anymore. And I blame the middle-aged woman at the very beginning who flashed her breast.
Flashing her tits. It's all her fault. The whole fucking thing was her fault.
Yeah, started the whole thing. Or the father and son who mooned the Rangers team. Maybe it was their fault.
Or
maybe it was
everyone trying to outdo everybody at that stage.
Plus people, maybe it was their fault.
Yeah. No, maybe it was the guy in the ivory tower who decided 10 cent beer night was a good idea.
Yeah, it was his fault.
Definitely.
So, in the 9th inning, an Indians fan, Terry Yerkic, that's Yerkic, so I think it's Yerkic.
Yerkic, yeah.
Yeah, Terry Yerkic decided he wanted one of Rangers outfielders' baseball caps. Pissed up, he entered the field, grabbed the hat, dropped it, bent down to pick it up, and looked up just in time to see the Rangers player swinging a kick at him. Okay? The Rangers player swung a kick so hard that he lost his balance and fell over. So you know the way you swing kick or something and whoa, and
follow through and
yeah. So
fucking
he went down
pratfall,
and he fell. Over in the Rangers bullpen, Martin, the
manager.
head coach,
Yeah.
had seen his player go down and seen an Indians fan. And he thought he was being attacked. Right. So he told his players, all the players that were in the bullpen,
get that motherfucker.
Get over there and help him and bring bats with you. So they brought baseball back.
Fuck. It's getting out of hand now, isn't it?
Only now. On seeing the entire Rangers team making for the hat-stealing, pissed-up fan, the crowd, thousands of them, took to the field armed with knives, chains and bars.
Oh, holy fuck.
Fucking nuts.
Why would you bring in knives, chains and bars to a baseball match?
Chains and bars, I can probably stretch my imagination to that they'd be present in the stadium in some form or other.
Yeah,
especially bars.
Yeah.
Knives.
Cordons and
Knives?
Yeah.
But anyway, knives, chains and bars.
Well, like you said, it was Cleveland in the 70s. It was pretty fucking poverty stricken. Yeah, you probably had a lot of guys carrying knives, probably. Just kind of goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Realising that the Rangers team's lives were in danger, the Cleveland Indians took their bats and defended the Rangers from their own fans.
Jesus. Fair play to them.
Well, you know, that's like fucking friend for life.
Yeah, it's fucking professional
sport. A friend for life moment.
You know, players and fans see sports so fucking differently. Like, so differently. You know, they'd be fucking Bows players would fucking be very friendly with Rovers players and stuff. Off the pitch, we fucking hate them. You know, the players don't hate them. Even Celtic and Rangers, like you see that, they don't hate them the way we fucking despise them. You know,
fucking religion has no place in football.
Yeah, come here, no, fucking not about fucking Celtic and Rangers. I could fucking take or leave it, to be honest with you. But no, Bows and Rovers, it's got nothing to do with religion. It's just fucking north side, south side. Fucking, I don't even know what the origin of the fucking rivalry is, but it's fucking venomous. It's actually fucking interesting, actually.
Sectarian bullshit.
There's a YouTube channel, Copa 90. They do lots of different football-related content, but they just released their 50 biggest derbies in the world. And Bows and Rovers are in a 49.
Just made it.
That's fucking savage, isn't it? For a League of Ireland team to make it into the fucking top 50 in the world, like.
Yeah.
That's class. It's class. But there you go. Like, but no, it is. It's abject fucking hate. I hate the bastards. And they fucking hate us. They fucking hate us.
Well, you see, if you answer why, then you go to some way to explaining why other teams hate teams.
Yeah, it's just tribalism. It's ingrained in human fucking biology to be tribal. It fucking is.
It's the caveman principle.
Yeah, it fucking is.
Our cave is better than your cave.
I mean, you can be.
That's the way I view national anthems.
Like
national anthems are fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I don't
you can be a fucking chartered accountant or a fucking doctor, but you fucking set foot in a football stadium for 90 minutes. It's all bets are fucking off them.
Yeah, it's nuts. You know? Where did I go?
Anyway, go on.
The Indians, the Cleveland Indians, and I'm calling them Cleveland Indians because that's who they were in 1974.
Oh, yeah, no, of course, fucking you're not being racist in any way, shape or form.
Which we will get to at the end because there's loads of them.
Yeah, I know.
They're fucking everywhere.
Fucking unreal, like.
The chief umpire of the game, he was hit with a folding chair. WWE
style. Yeah, it's a steel chair.
Oh my God, they threw him so viciously into the chicken wire. Fucking get a life.
I'll go to fucking Japan. It's barbed wire and thumbtack matches.
He was struck with a folding chair and he started to bleed profusely.
Can imagine, yeah.
Okay. After a hunting knife had been thrown and landed on the ground inches from his foot. Jesus Christ, man.
It is getting out of hand now.
And I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, I've been out.
But
Jesus, no.
It landed inches from. He called the game, only then. But he called the game, awarding it to the Rangers.
Oh, fuck.
He managed to escape the stadium with his life. Both teams also managed to get out of the stadium defending each other from the Cleveland Indians teams.
Deadly.
I mean, and up in the ivory tower, your man was probably going, what the fuck is going on?
Am I doing? Yeah.
So now he's probably having regrets.
So,
That's just
so next week is fucking 20-cent beer night.
Yeah. So the team and the umpire managed to get out of the stadium. After 20 minutes of absolute fucking riot, after the teams had left and after the umpire had left, the Cleveland SWAT team arrived and dispersed the fans with tear gas and riot sticks.
Savage.
There were numerous injuries, but only 7 of them were major.
Okay. Now, come here. I would normally come down on the side of the fans in a situation like that. And I've seen heavy-handed policing of sports events up
Everyone
close.
has. Yeah.
You know? But they fucking deserved that.
But
they deserved every fucking bit of that.
So,
lunatics.
Numerous injuries, 7 of which were major, which is good news.
Mm-hmm.
There were only 9 fucking arrests.
Jesus.
There were only 9 arrests.
9 arrests.
25,000 people, all of which obviously didn't riot, but there were 9 arrests. And everybody was go home.
Is there any footage of this? I'd love to see this.
Go on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find it. I'd love to fucking see
all the while, all this shit was going on.
Was the game on TV?
If it wasn't on TV, then
somebody
was commentating on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it would have hit the headlines the next day or whatever.
Definitely.
But all the time this was going on, somebody on the fucking organ in the stadium was playing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Take me out to the ball game. You're fucking mental stuff. But there were only 9 arrests, which is fucking ridiculous. So Cleveland's 10-cent beer night went down as one of the worst promotional events in Major League Baseball history.
Yeah. Nuts.
People are still talking about it.
I think I mentioned it before as well, Del, in a previous episode, but I find fucking nuts about American sports fans, right? Like, here, and, particularly in the UK and that, you usually get a riot when your team loses. In America, it's the exact opposite. It's when they fucking win.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Like, Boston sports fans wreck the fucking place when they win something.
Yeah.
Turning cars over and shit,
Again, what I was saying
nuts.
earlier about, and I was saying it while we weren't recording, was that my algorithm on YouTube keeps throwing up videos of content that we've covered on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
That I was saying is strange. I'm
You
not
use the podcast
uploading our
YouTube
podcast
when you're
stuff under my name.
Yeah.
I'm an admin on our channel.
Yeah.
But so it's getting it from my IP address or something. But it is throwing all this content up that we've covered before that I just find weird. But what you just said about they riot when they win.
Yeah.
I saw a video recently on my fucking YouTube channel of people going ballistic and wrecking the gaff because they'd won.
Probably Boston.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It's probably Boston, yeah. I mean,
I
love Boston
honestly,
sports.
I don't know who it was.
All my family are in New
And I don't know
England.
what sport it was.
I love the Boston teams, but I cannot get my head around they fucking wreck their own city.
Yeah, I don't
when
know.
They win,
I don't understand it whatsoever.
Fucking nuts.
It's fucking crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Stop doing that, Boston. Stop.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus
not
Christ.
Cool.
Not stop doing that, Boston. Stop doing that, all of you. That's fucking nuts.
Do that when you lose.
And none of you are
Patriot
ever to
fans
do
have
a
loads of
10-cent beer
excuses.
night again.
Yeah. Patriots fans have loads of excuses to riot at the moment.
No, there's never an excuse for that.
Terrible.
But what we were saying as well, there's loads of teams, and I'm not talking about just the US, there's loads of teams around the world, all have names of their teams
that are
and they denigrate Native Americans.
Oh, okay, so just Native Americans, okay, right.
But there's loads of them, and I mean it's a sport. It's like I've got some of them, and we'll go through them. But there's in Germany, there's basketball teams. I think they are, or are they baseball teams? I'll find it in a second. They've got an American Indian name in their title.
Okay.
And it's kind of a doff of the cap to their sport that they're replicating, they're playing. And it's not the American League, obviously, but it's
an American sport. It probably is baseball then, but basketball's much more kind of global.
They've named it with a Native American moniker, if that's what you want to call it. And it's fucking disgraceful.
Yeah.
It's fucking disgraceful.
What team is it?
I'll find them in a second. I have it here.
Freiburg Apaches or something.
I don't know, but we will go through it. I have loads. the fucking Washington Redskins.
I know,
because,
yeah.
Like the Cleveland Indians are now called the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, which is about...
The Washington Redskins, their owner, Daniel Snyder, resisted calls to change the name of the Redskins for 2 decades, 20 fucking years.
Yeah. And there was uproar. There was uproar when those two teams changed.
And there were
their
protests
teams.
outside the stadiums, all that kind of fucking... And he was like, no, it's bullshit.
Off.
But eventually, on July 13th, 2020, they announced that they were exploring a new name for their team.
Yeah.
For 2 decades.
Do you know what? It's even worse. Well, not worse, but what fucking baffles me more than the names, right, is how they fucking just uproot and move fucking teams.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Like the Raiders are playing in Vegas now, you know?
Else, yeah.
The LA Raiders, then they were the Oakland Raiders, now they're the fucking Las Vegas Raiders. Like it's just so franchisey, isn't it? Like fucking McDonald's, you know?
The Alaskan Raiders.
Yeah, like can you imagine Liverpool moving to fucking Birmingham?
The Christmas Island Raiders. Yeah, fucking Easter Island.
They still wouldn't get a fucking crowd.
Oh, fucking, can you imagine the derby between Christmas Island and Easter Island? Fucking nuts. Fucking hell. Anyway.
Oh, Lord.
I don't want to leave it because he did. The Washington Redskins retired their name for a while, and for a while they would call themselves, what was it? The
Washington football team.
How exciting
I
is
just
that?
like so fucking... Who come up with that one? Genius. Genius level of marketing.
It's like Lorem Ipsum.
What?
Lorem Ipsum, you know, when you're building a website or something,
you just throw in the Lorem Ipsum text,
because this is where the text will go. So it's the Washington Lorem Ipsums.
Yeah. They even designed a logo for it.
I'm calling them that forever.
Designed a logo and all.
Everybody
just a
listening
W.
to this, everybody listening to this is to call the Washington
football team
Commanders. They're now the Washington Commanders, the Washington
Lorem Ipsums
from now on, and blame me.
That's what they should have been called. Yeah,
that's
definitely
fucking great. That's such a good name.
The Washington football team,
the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
They're also facing criticism, but as of yesterday, because I looked it up yesterday, because I was thinking about it, and I was going, how many fucking teams? Because I remembered the Cleveland issue, and I remember Snyder's resistance for 20 years, and I remember it changing, and I was like, how many fucking are there? But the Chiefs, it doesn't matter if it's not.
It's not derogatory.
Inverted communication derogatory.
Not the way Redskins is, you know?
No, you see, it is. When we'll do a whistle stop around the world of sports and teams that incorporate ethnic or tribal or indigenous peoples in their title.
Like, I wonder how Native American sports fans feel about all this.
Please let us know, lads.
Yeah, I'd love to know, because I completely get something like the Redskins being considered racist. I get that, right? They're not fucking red-skinned. It's a fucking, it's like using the N-word. It really is. But Chiefs is not.
Yeah, but you see, and it could be Chiefs anything.
No, I know.
But I looked it up, and the logo is an arrowhead.
It's an arrowhead, yeah.
KC.
And their stadium is Arrowhead Park.
So it's a fucking, it's Native American is what they're doing.
Yeah,
whatever they say,
it is cultural appropriation.
It's Chiefs. How can we be racist? It's Chiefs. It's fucking Indian Chiefs. That's what they're doing.
No, it is. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not. And it is it's more cultural appropriation than it is racism, I think, Delta. It's using American, Native American symbology and marketing to sell something that isn't Native American.
Is it cultural appropriation now, and that's okay? Because they used to have...
No, it's not okay.
They used to have a logo, and it was a poorly drawn Indian chief running with a headdress, a tomahawk, and a football under his arm.
Do remember that, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I do remember that.
Is it... Listen, lads, it's okay now. We're not offending you because it's an arrowhead with KC. I still have a fucking problem with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not ideal. Don't get me wrong, but I don't find it as brazenly fucking racist as the Redskins. Like, the Redskins is fucking racist. There's no...
But their previous iteration, the previous logo was incredibly racist.
Yeah,
and was probably more racist than the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, but they ditched that off. In fairness, they did ditch that fucking... They said, okay, that's not really appropriate. Same as the Cleveland Braves or the Indians. Who's the Braves?
I don't know much about the teams.
There is a Braves team as well, but the Cleveland Indians with the little fucking Indian boy with the little fucking feather sticking out of his head. That's fucking racist. And he's red. Like, he's not Like, he's not, brown red. He's red. Scarlet red, like. Yeah, that's fucking racism. I don't know about fucking KC, though.
The Bordstadt Redskins are an American football team in Bordstadt in Germany.
Oh, okay.
Redskins.
Yeah,
I think it's all incredibly racist, and I think it came from a racist place.
Oh, yeah.
So
maybe
all has to go. Your KC with your Arrowhead, and again, I'm going back to Kansas City. It's still not good enough. Your efforts are still not good enough.
Mm.
And if there are Native Americans out there, and you do happen to listen to this, let me know
how you feel about it.
Because not even let me know how you feel, because I think I can guess. But am I being too cut and dry with it? Like, it should all fucking
maybe.
go.
Like,
I don't think so.
Like, just for me, right now, and I'm not a Native American, so I'm not. Jesus, I'm obviously clearly not a Native American. Just if I was a supporter of, now, in particular, Kansas City Chiefs, because it's not fucking derogatory, Redskins, right? And I was a Native American, and I felt that identity with the club because of their Native American kind of, fucking branding identity. And then and then we're told, oh no, well, you can't do that because, Native Americans don't like that. So, like, your whole reason for supporting the club in the first place is gone,
Whose reason for supporting
I'm saying, if you're a Native American supporter of Kansas City and you're supporting them because they have that kind of native
because they
identity.
have a racist logo.
It's not a racist logo.
It is.
An arrowhead with KC is not racist.
It is, but what it was.
Oh yeah, what it was, definitely. But they've fucking rectified that a long fucking time ago.
I don't know if that ticks the box for me. I don't know if rectifying that is enough.
I think
and how much is enough.
Yeah, like you don't fucking poke fun at them, and and I don't see KC with the fucking Arrowhead and Arrowhead Park even as poking fun at them.
Again, we're not in a position to say whether.
No,
it is
we're
or
not.
Isn't.
That's what I'm saying. It falls
ask your
on.
Friend, would it be?
Yeah.
Ask your friend, would it be? And let's see how that goes.
That's it. Yeah, true enough.
So yeah, we can argue back and forth all day here.
But I mean, come here, look. There's no argument that the Redskins is fucking racist. That's a racist term. That's that's horrible. That's fucking horrible. But yeah, and the Cleveland Indians. I mean, for fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ.
And the Braves, Indian Braves. I mean, that's from a fucking John Wayne movie. That's not real. Do you know what I mean? Fucking nuts.
The fucking Braves. It's stupid. Yeah. There's the Maori All Blacks in New Zealand.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
You can't be on that team apparently unless you were 1/16 a Maori.
Okay, the Maori All Blacks. That's
not the All Blacks.
Not the New Zealand All Blacks. They have their own.
There's the Maori All Blacks.
That's kind of racist too.
If you were rugby stature, if you had that build, you couldn't go there and try out for that team because you don't have any Maori blood in you.
That's racist.
That's a racist against who?
Against anyone who's not Maori.
If you're not,
it's like,
that's bullshit.
Come on, try that with a white team. Try that with a fucking white team. You have to be white to try out for this team.
That's been the whole fucking problem, though. That's the whole problem.
But just because historically whites have been fucking racist doesn't mean that other races get to be racist too. Like, that's racist. I'm sorry, it is. It is racist.
No, I don't see it like that.
Blood should not come into fucking who you play for. Ever.
I don't see it like that at all. I see it like this is a keep fit club for women. Men aren't welcome.
Okay, that's different, right?
It's the same principle.
No, you've said keep fit, right? So you're talking, you might have women who are not comfortable in their body shape. The clothes they're wearing are,
or just being looked at by fucking men.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's a very different thing to fucking, your blood's not pure, you can't play here.
No, that's not what they said at all. Bollocks. No, they said you have to have some heritage to represent this team.
No, that's not for me. No, that shouldn't be allowed. Sorry.
I don't. But you're okay with the Kansas City Chiefs and Arrowhead Stadium?
No, I'm not saying I'm okay with it. I'm saying it's not as fucking offensive and disgusting as the Redskins, But Redskin is a derogatory term for Native Americans. But Chief isn't necessarily.
I don't think you can say, well, that's not racist because that over there is much.
No, I'm not saying
racist.
It's not racist.
That's exactly what you just said, though.
Well, maybe it's not. But I mean, look, there's no
Maybe
argument that Redskin is racist.
No,
right?
no
There's
one's
no
arguing
argument
that at all.
that's fucking racist. I don't think Chiefs is a racist term in its own right, you know? I do think it's cultural appropriation. I do think it's profiting from an image.
Is that okay?
No, it's not, but it's not racist. I don't think it's racist. It's not derogatory to a race, Del. It's not taking the piss out of fucking Native Americans. Whereas the fucking Indian fucking brave on the Cleveland logo is, and the fucking Redskins. Fucking Redskins. Like, that's horrible. That's fucking horrible. But anyway, look, this is an interesting conversation, mind you. Yeah, and I get where you're coming from. Where do you draw the line, you know? And it is a fine line.
It is a very fine line because you don't think the 1/16th Mary blood is a good thing, and I think it's a very good thing.
No, I really don't. I don't think anyone should be discriminated against in any aspect, you know? No, I mean, I get it. There's probably more white clubs. There's probably more opportunities for white players. And, you know, Maori players don't get a look in. There's no probably about it. Yeah, well, okay, if it's out of fucking necessity, then I can understand the reasoning for it, I suppose. I just hate that we live in a world where it's fucking necessary, then, I suppose, what I'm trying to say.
What?
That you have to have specific clubs for races because they're not getting a fucking look in elsewhere, you know? It's disgusting. It's fucking horrible, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I understand what you're saying, I do.
Looking at it through a prism of identity.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the ancient order of Hibernians in the US, and as far as I know, you have to be Catholic to join that. There's the Orange Order in the North, and you have to be Protestant to join that. Like, I get it. What's that?
You have to be orange to join that.
No, you have to be Protestant to join that. So, like, I understand that there are, like, lots of organisations and clubs that do, I suppose, fucking discriminate is the only word I can think of to say there, but it's not really discrimination, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me at all. That whole concept of, no, you can't play here. I just want everyone to be able to play wherever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
You know? And that goes for all races and all creeds and all.
There's an American
it's the same when you look at fucking gender quotas and shit, you know?
There's an American Sevens football team.
Right.
Called the Spanktown Boys.
Spanktown Boys.
And they use a Native American wielding a tomahawk as its logo.
Willie?
No, they use a Native American wielding a tomahawk.
Wielding
You're fucking weird.
I thought you said a Native American wielding and a tomahawk
as a logo.
And they're called the Spanktown Boys, you know?
Personally, I don't like the idea that they're using a Native American wielding a tomahawk. But that's not their biggest problem.
What is?
Spanktown Boys, that's their fucking problem.
Why, what is it?
It's called Spanktown Boys.
Yeah, are they from Spanktown or just...
I would never tell anybody if I was from... Where are you from, Spanktown?
Spanktown. Spank the Bishop.
Fuck that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
What other ones have you got?
And I'm looking for it, and I read it last night. It's all indigenous. There's in Brazil. There's the Fighting Irish. Is that
know,
racist?
Yeah. That fucking annoyed. Oh, come here. Do you know what really fucking annoyed me? Right? When they came over here last year to play Navy, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, now I know it's fucking tradition. I get it. The whole Navy, I think both squads actually, went to the Navy fans, and they're all in uniform, like they're actual fucking Navy servicemen in the fucking Aviva Stadium, yeah? Thousands of them. And they went and they sang the Navy fucking hymn there, right? A US military song. We're a neutral fucking country there. Do you know what I mean? That did not fucking sit well with me. I was fucking highly annoyed over that. Like, what right have they got to sing their imperial fucking militaristic fucking anthem in a neutral fucking country? It shouldn't be allowed. Like, it should not be fucking allowed. Stick your fucking tradition. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how to
Sorry for taking that off on a...
Cleveland's 10-cent beer night went down as one of the worst promotional events in Major League Baseball history.
You think?
Fucking nuts. Isn't that fucking insane?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. But, like, I can totally see the rationale in doing it. Like, it was not even the extreme. Like, it fucking was.
Rationale in doing 10-cent beer night?
Yeah.
That was just carnage from the get-go. When somebody, they were just...
Look, what they should have done was gave you a token with your fucking ticket, you know, fucking whatever it was, a fucking $1 for a ticket and a token, and your ticket got you 5 beers.
That's it.
that would have done the job.
Yeah,
you
5
know?
drink maximum kind of thing. And that's everybody having a fucking great time.
Yeah.
And even if it's 10, 22 ounces, which is about a little over 5 pints.
Yeah, it's
that's
still manageable.
But fucking, there's no last orders coming, lads. Just keep on going.
Just keep the beers
It's
going.
a lock-in. Fucking that's
Get me
nuts.
gagging for a bleeding
They
beer
were
now. You have.
sitting, when they thought up that day, they were sitting at a boardroom. They sat there for 4 hours going, what the fuck are we going to do? And then someone said that and he went, yep, rubber stamp it. And
That'll
let's
do.
get the
That'll
fuck
get
out of here.
arses on seats.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. It got them on seats. But
Don't
it
get me
also
wrong. I mean,
got
fucking
the owners
Daily
of
Mount
those
do have-
arses to rip it up and
Yeah.
fuck them out at the Rangers.
Like Daily Mount have done kind of similar. Like, you know, for games against like fucking UCD and stuff where you know you're not going to get a huge crowd, they'll do €5 beer night. Like they do that.
€5 beer night is completely different
Yeah.
to 10-cent beer night.
And also you can't bring your beer into the stand. So you're only having maybe one or two before the game. You're lucky if you get one at half time because
as we
bedlam.
heard, they
You know.
all could take all the
oh
beers
yeah,
into the
that's
stand.
like that's allowed.
€5 a beer is not like 10-cent beer.
That's why I love going to the Women's National League games because you can have
nuts.
your beer in the stand. It's cool.
Nuts.
It's mad, isn't it? You can do it at women's sport, you can't do it at men's.
No,
It's ridiculous.
So there you go.
Ridiculous rule.
10-cent beer night. Every US team, it doesn't matter how you are
Franchise.
not allowed to do anything like 10-cent beer night ever again.
No.
Especially you, Washington Lorem Ipsums.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of Nipsons.
See you later, lads.
Slán